Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm going to discuss about the financial aid, how to apply for it and what to know when you're applying for the federal financial aid. If you're a US permanent resident or a US citizen and you're applying to a dental school or a medical school and you want federal aid, also referred to as Fafsa, then you need to know some things in advance when you're applying and what you're going to get out of it. When I was applying to the dental school, I was, very anxious about how much money will I get, how much my loan is going to be, how I'm going to pay for the different miscellaneous expenses that come. And this is not the information that you get in one place. Like there's so many, resources that you have to look at, or you talk to student financial services, and then they tell you. But this anxiety when you're actually applying to the school, it is literally it kills you. So I'm going to make a short video. I'm going to run you through the process and answer for a few of the questions that are very common before you're applying to the dental school. Okay, so for all of those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Swati Gupta. I'm a periodontist and I'm doing my DMD at Boston University. And this video, if you like, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk you through by opening the website for the Federal Student Aid. Okay, so this is the web page for your federal student aid, studentaid.gov. Remember this, studentaid.gov is where you go when you have to apply for your federal aid. And when you go on this page, actually it's very helpful. All your questions, most of your questions will get answered. How to apply and what kind of loans do you get. So if you look at this, it even has a column about understanding your aid. That means kind of loans that you are eligible for. Eligibility requirements are mentioned here, which obviously we know, like the US permanent resident or the citizen, and you should have a social security number, a valid social security number. You should be enrolled in the school. So those kind of things, which are basic, but definitely please go through. And then when you have to apply for aid, it tells you about complete the FAFSA form, which what you do is when it takes you to complete the FAFSA form, you just have to register your email ID, create a password, and then everything is very well explained. It's not going to be something that you will take time. Okay, so complete the FAFSA process. So here, when you say complete the FAFSA form, it takes you to the process of new to the FAFSA process, which is you will click if this is your first time, and then start here. Okay, going back to FAFSA, the things that you need when you're filling out your form. Things will be mentioned here, the documents, but two main documents or two main items you should have when you're applying for a FAFSA. One is your tax returns. I mean, if you are a student and you've not been working before, and your spouse is there who's been working, whose income information needs to be given, so have the W-2 and all the items that you need or you actually use to apply for the tax returns. Have those documents with you, because what FAFSA does is they will actually link your W-2 or give them your social security numbers, and they link it to your tax returns anyway, but on the page they need to know what is your household income and those kind of things. So just have your tax return items with you. Second thing is your dental school codes. Keep those with you. So when you're applying, like if you're applying for next year and you're still in the process for the application, obviously you're applying for maybe 6 schools or 7 schools, and you don't know which school you're going to get into. So when what you can do is you can actually fill the form and put the dental school codes of all those 7 or 6 schools you're applying to this year. When you get accepted in one school, the other schools are automatically going to reject your FAFSA application. So don't have to worry about that. You will apply, you can put the names of all the dental schools you are applying to in the anticipation that you'll get in one of those. Okay. And where do you get these codes? You get these codes on the financial aid site of the school. So you go to a dental school site, just type financial aid, and there it will be given. If you're applying to FAFSA, this is our school code. So that's not a big thing. You will find it on the web page. So two documents, tax returns and your school codes, you should have with you when you are filling out the FAFSA. When to fill out the FAFSA? Now that's important. For the year after, so if you're applying for 2022, 2021 October is when the FAFSA application portal opens. Okay, so that means you are eligible to apply for FAFSA in October 2021 for the program to start in July 2022. And the same thing if you go here, apply for aid, they give you deadlines also. So in case you forget, in case you don't understand, just go to Fafsa Deadlines and they tell you. Now the deadlines for 2021-2022 is your June 30th, 2022, but don't delay it to such an extent. The portal will open a year before in October. So fill out in October, because if something goes wrong, if some documents you've not filled and somehow it's not getting accepted, you have the time to change it. Yes, you can always change it. They tell you that also, reviewing and correcting your FAFSA form. So don't worry about correcting if you actually started the process a bit earlier. And there is no harm in filling it out. I mean, even if you don't get it next year, which I hope doesn't happen, but when you're applying for a year before, it gives you so much time to change if something goes wrong, right? So do that. Another important question which everyone wonders is, what are the different type of loans? Now, when you apply for the A, they actually tell you about plus loan and different type of loans. But what are these? I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So you get two type of loans. You have an unsubsidized loan and you have a subsidized loan. Now, unsubsidized loan and subsidized loan, the difference is that unsubsidized loan gives you a very limited amount of money, but obviously if applying for a dental school where the cost of attendance is huge, you end up taking subsidized loans also, and that is what is your plus loan, a grad plus loan. This is called as a grad plus loan. So unsubsidized loan gives you specifically very limited, like maybe 40,000 or something. That is the only amount that you can get from unsubsidized. Subsidized, there is no limit as such. But again, I'll tell you about the limit process when we go to the cost of attendance. But the point is that you get two type of loans, and under two type of loan categories is you get the federal aid. Now, since the unsubsidized loan gives you a very limited amount, subsidized loans is where you mostly depend on. So you will end up applying for the grad loan plus also, and that is the application that you do separately. So at this stage, if you're applying for the dental school and you've not secured a position yet, but you're applying it a year before, you will only do the FAFSA. Once you get admission somewhere, then the financial office will contact you with the further process and will even provide you link to apply for the grad plus loan. Okay. One important point is that just don't miss the deadline and try to do the FAFSA early. It's not a difficult process. It's very easy. Just go to studentaid.gov. If you have any doubt, these people are really helpful. You can always call them and they'll help you out. They'll direct you to the right resources, right people, and you can get all the information. Okay, now what I'm going to tell you is about the cost of living and the amount of loan that actually you can get. So I've already opened this page. This is a cost of attendance for BU advanced standing. So if you see the first year, it's 133, right? And for the second year, 121. So you apply FAFSA, you fill out this FAFSA form each year. So like for first year, I've already applied before. For second year, you'll be applying again a year prior. Like that would be when you actually get enrolled. That year itself, you'll apply for the second year, right? So now, how much money do you get? You only get the money that is mentioned on your cost of attendance. Like for first year, the federal student aid will only give you 133,693. That's all. You would not get, when you apply, this is the amount that the school sends to the federal aid to be, disbursed to you. But again, once you get into school and if you are in need of something extra, there are categories where the student financial services will be able to help you more in that regard. But do keep in mind that this is the amount that actually you get. So, and do check out these specific items, like how much is in the rent. Or rent is one of the very fluctuant items. If you see personal expenses, rent, food, this is something that you should have a look at, because and transportation, personal expenses. So this is for the 1 year, but the money is usually, I mean, depends on the schools. Ideally, it's 2 semesters that you get the money in. So check this out. Also, health insurance, rent, food, personal expenses, transportation. Add this up and see if your expenses match to this or not, because you only get this much amount. But if your expenses are a bit more, like you have a family and you are anticipating a lot of expenses, then probably you will have to start looking out for personal loans, or maybe loans from education loans from different sources like Discover, or there are many other. Sallie Mae is one of the most common resources for the loans that people go to. So you might have to consider those also in adjunct as to your federal loans. But do make sure that you look at these items. Okay. Other than this, I don't think, yeah, probably about the interest rates. Everyone has questions. So the interest rates for unsubsidized and subsidized are different. For unsubsidized, it may be like 4% or 5% and subsidized. But again, these interest rates keep changing. So student financial services will be helping you in this and telling you how much is going to be the interest rate. And the time you secure information, at that time you can ask them what the interest rate. You can have a chat with them. They're very helpful in each school actually. And from there on you can see, maybe contact personal for personal loans or different sources for your loans. But do that, just don't depend on the federal loans. I would always say yes, that if you've been living here, you have a good credit history or something, maybe you can actually get loans on a lesser interest rate also. So do explore all your options. But I think this part comes when you are in the school. Prior to the school, the only things what you should be doing is apply your FAFSA, have an idea that this is the amount definitely you will get. So don't be worried about it, because many people are worried about how much will I get, expenses will be paid off. So this is the amount. The cost of attendance will be given to you under the federal student aid, and the interest rates obviously vary each year. If you have any questions, do put in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer whatever I can. And I'll see you next time with another video. Bye bye.